2020, and we're going to do it again in 2024. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Trump, on the other hand, has been talking a big game about securing our border, but he does not walk the walk. Or as my friend Quavo would say, he does not walk it like he talks it.
Got to get these votes. I'm not going to play the music, but that's Meg Thee Stallion shaking her. You know what? And yeah, I guess most people were just extremely happy about this. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Yay. This is the way to do it. This is the way. This is insulting, in my opinion. This is the way to do it, though, right? This is how Democrats believe that black people will respond to going to the polls. This is truly ghetto. This is what black people are saying about this. This truly ghetto. This country is a joke. 2024. Sexy Red performs at Trump rallies. Let's see. Trump finna bring out Tory Lanez. Oh, that's wild. Trump gonna bring out Sexy Red. Throw the whole campaign away. USA has become the biggest joke ever in history. This is freaking embarrassing. They got a Denzel meme of him being embarrassed about this. Let's see. This is ghetto AF. Was Fantasia not available at political rallies and say I'm crying, Kamala tripping. I love Meg, but this ain't it. They're trying hard to convince the melanated woman that we relate to you. This is what the Harris is. This is so belittling of the black community that these politicians think we only follow rappers and entertainers. Right? And once again, I had some men in here that are Democrats. They're mad at me for talking about this, but I do think this is highly offensive. Trust me, I do think that. And then they're saying, "Oh, but Trump brought Amber Rose." Okay, and your point is he brought Amber Rose, and what did Amber Rose do? Let's go to Amber Rose, since you guys are speaking about who she used to be. I don't remember Amber Rose twerking on stage. I don't remember Amber Rose twerking on stage. Take a listen to what Amber Rose said. This was ratchet. Let's see.
My entire family is racially diverse, and I believe the left-wing propaganda that Donald Trump was a racist. My father said, "No, he's not, Amber. What are you talking about?" And when I insisted, he said, "Prove it." So to prove my father wrong, I did my research and looked into all things Donald Trump.
Hold up. What do you think? Yeah?
I ain't gonna lie, I'd take Trump back there.
Trump 2024?
Yeah.
Cool.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
I love Kamala Harris. I was reading this article and it was like about like her past in California and stuff as an attorney general.
Stop right there.
Yeah.
That kind of touched my heart. Damn. It touched my heart a lot.
First, I don't even know about it. I don't even know what she did for real. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit clueless till like a week ago.
This population, 18 through 24. They are stupid.
What's your favorite accomplishment, Kamala Harris?
Be by the president's side, aiding and assisting them, like she's supposed to.
wrong.
We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I
kind of feel like Kamala Harris might be a placeholder or considered a placeholder in this economy and stuff like that. But I mean, she's a great candidate compared to Trump.
She's so bad. She's so pathetic. It's just so bad. Kamala Harris?
Yeah.
Hey, it's about time a black woman get into office. I just hope they give her extra protection. My favorite accomplishment from her, I ain't really seen that she done. So, I mean, I hope.
Right now, man.
Why?
Do you not see how that's a bad idea?
Elaborate.
Okay, so we're in 3 proxy wars with some of the most powerful leaders in the world. She failed at the border, in which we have an estimation of 15 to 20 million people illegally into this country. That is literally overtaking and bankrupting Chicago to the tune of over $400 million per year, and they are in a deficit. Oakland is going out of business. San Francisco ditto. California, $65 billion deficit. New York, they're literally cutting trash, in which they are the rattiest, dirtiest city, and they've taken up resources as far as free healthcare, free hotels to the tune of $600 a day. They're literally taking over your schools. Your taxpayer dollars are going to fund the migrant crisis. She was supposed to be in charge of this. We have a failing economy. Every single day I see people getting on the internet talking about $30 an hour is the new minimum wage, because inflation is fucking out of control. At one point, it was at almost 10%, depending on what city that you in. She has no policy, no record to stand on. One of the biggest things that she did in her career was lock up more black men than ever before. But we sitting here and vote her in office on identity politics. The very person that she was under as far as the president of the United States of America, she called him racist during a debate, which shows you how fake she is. And the only thing that we can stand on from a policy perspective is whether or not she's black and she's a woman. We did that during the Obama administration, and he didn't do anything for black people. As a matter of fact, y'all complain because the only person that he did, or the only group of people that he really stood for, is the alphabet community, and that's his landmark thing that he's still standing on today. So the only thing that we have to stand on is identity politics. That shit didn't work with Tiffany Henyard in Dayton, Illinois. It didn't work with Karen Bass. It didn't work with Lori Lightfoot in Chicago. It didn't work with Brandon Johnson that then took over her position of Chicago. It didn't work with Andre Dickens in Atlanta. It didn't work with Eric Adams in New York. It doesn't work across the country. Every single Democratic city is a hellhole. And we sitting here talking about identity politics?
And to further help y'all understand,
Shit, bro.
Speaking of identity, if y'all want to know who Kamala Harris is Nunu off of ATL. Okay? When it come time to play like she a black woman, she gonna put on her biggest hoop earrings. She gonna put on her Timbs. She gonna tie her Timbs up. I don't know who tie up Timbs. She gonna pull out her house, put them on her greens. And this how black she not, y'all. She put her greens in a bowl so it didn't touch the cornbread, y'all.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
What black family you know who put the greens in a cup so it don't touch the cornbread? Y'all, the woman ain't black. Her daddy was Jamaican. Her mama was Indian. Their relationship stank, first of all.
Hey, can I do a straw poll right quick? Who's voting for Kamala Harris? Raise your hand.
I ain't heard of policies yet. I can't say that I'm not voting for.
So, nobody voting for Kamala Harris? You got one person? Is that it out of 10?
It's too early to really say for any candidate.
No, man.
Unless you're straight Democrat or straight
It's
Republican.
over, man. Look, the Democratic National Convention is in August. And by August, they got to have their person. They got to, ain't no too late. You already know you're going to vote for it now. So look, who's voting for Donald Trump? Raise your hand.
You're muted, Anton. Anton, you're muted.
Here's the thing. Here's the problem with that, though, ABL. We are liars. We listen. I want
everybody to be honest. I want everybody. If you
it's not gonna happen, ABL. You know how many people gonna admit that they actually supported Black Lives Matters? 0. You know how many people actually admit that they voted for Biden? 0. I do straw polls all the time, and people lie.
ABL sound like a woman. Y'all just be honest. I ain't gonna get mad. Like, nigga, stand for the lie, nigga.
Well, I can say that I was definitely one of the people who voted for Obama because he was black. I definitely was one of the people who said I was going to vote for Trump, but in the end, voted for Biden.
Somehow, if you're poor, you cannot do it.
Must take back the streets. It doesn't matter whether or not the person that is accosting your son or daughter or my son or daughter, my wife, your husband, my mother, your parents. It doesn't matter whether or not they were deprived as a youth. The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons. So I don't want to ask what made them do this. They must be taken off the street. That's number one. There's a consensus on that. Unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision, without any structure, without any conscience developing, because they literally, I yield myself 3 more minutes, because they literally have not been socialized. They literally have not had an opportunity. We should focus on them now. If we don't, they will, or a portion of them will, become the predators 15 years from now. And Madam President, we have predators on our streets that society has, in fact, in part because of its neglect, created. Again, it does not mean because we created them that we somehow forgive them or do not take them out of society to protect my family and yours from them. They are beyond the pale, many of those people. Beyond the pale. And it's a sad commentary on society. We have no choice but to take them out of society. In jail, away from my mother, your husband, our families. But we would be absolutely stupid as a society if we didn't recognize the condition that nurtured those folks still exist. And we must deal with that.
It's personal, and I was actually it was hurtful to hear you talk about the reputations of 2 United States senators who built their reputations and career on the segregation of race in this country. And it was not only that, but you also worked with them to oppose busing.
I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this, because, Chuck, I'm not going to do this because let me just be really clear. Vice President Biden absolutely has a respect level for all people around him, for voters across this country, young people, older voters, voters of color, Black people, Latino voters, Indigenous, Asian American, Pacific Islander. So I'm not going to even traffic in any hypothetical conversation about if he is sensitive enough.
Two-party system, although my Democratic colleagues don't like me saying this, I think the two-party system is good for the South and good for the Negro, good for the Black in the South. Other than the fact that they still call me boy, I think they've changed their mind.
They're going to put you all back in chains.
What must be what?
Said.
What must be what?
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was
Not true. You're saying things you do not know what you're talking about. No one said that. Who said that?
Don't
Who
you
said
think that?
What do you do over there?
I know you'd have a lousy question. No, I didn't say that. Look what I said. Go back and read what I said.
Take a look. Start reporting it the right way. Do you think you place this political liability?
That's a great asset. More inflation. What a stupid son of a bitch.
Pulled out a card to refer to some talking points. And photographer Jim Watson captured images showing that Joe Biden was given very specific instructions. You enter the Roosevelt Room and say hello to participants. You take your seat. You give brief comments.
It's our Senator, Congressman Auchincloss, where is she? There you go, Jake. Natalie Bergone. Natalie, where's Nanette? Where's Nanette? There you are. Sorry, Nanette. I didn't see you back there. Leader and Earl, excuse me. I know. I also want to acknowledge the gentle lady from Georgia, Lucy Macbeth. The contribution of Joan Shingang, I'm going to pronounce right, Shanga Kawawa. I think I pronounced it correctly. Shigakawa. Thank you. I have trouble pronouncing it. You can call me Bidden. Representative Jackie, are you here? Where's Jackie? I didn't think she was going to be here.
Because unfortunately, she died in a car crash back on August 3rd. A whole month and a half.
Of course, she was on his mind. She was of top of mind. She was on top of mind. I mean,
Accusing part is why.
Oppose busing in America. What I oppose is busing ordered by the Department of Education. That's what I oppose. Making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with. Look,
Black Lives Matter first came out, I was hashtag BLM and all of that.
Carrie!
I'm being honest.
Because she being real. She being
I'm
real.
being honest. And the reason that I did it, I was raised a Democrat for so long.
I ask you about Kamala Harris. How you feel about her?
She's a piece of shit. I was in California. She lacked professional competence, and she worked on it by hiking up her hemline when she needed influence rather than researching. She's always tried to do the casting couch to get where she wants. Now, the problem is that'll get somebody to a certain level quickly, but you can't get past that level if you don't have competence and talent. So my thing about it is if I'm crude about it, in this city years ago, I used to represent a whole bunch of pimps and hoes, and I know a hoe when I see one. And she's old hoe. And the problem is what is she supposed to do? Somebody, one of her sycophant slaves comes up and unwraps her in a carpet naked at Putin's feet, and he says, oh, yeah, I'm Julius Caesar. He said, no, ho, I got better stuff here already. Plus, I don't want you anyway, you old woman. Get on up, you know. Or Xi Jinping, is he supposed to be impressed? She's doing word salad. Well, we're here today because China and the U.S. are here today, and that's why we have to agree on what we're doing here today. Like, fool, what did you just say?
They used to detail this witch in the LA Times with her sexual escapades. She fucked damn near everybody trying to get up. She used to be a frat hoe when she was at Howard. And she ain't black. You know, I ain't got to do with this, Miss Harris. Nah, I mean, well, don't. But she's I don't know. I'm just listening. Well, here's the thing. I actually met her father in Jamaica. I was the guest, sat at the governor general's table, and he was a professor. Okay. And he represents as a Hindu Brahmin. He admittedly has some Irish in him. All right. The person that Kamala Harris is saying is her black great-grandmother is, in fact, according to Daddy, in an article he wrote, which has now been cleaned up on the online edition of that magazine, was a Hindu house servant, not a black woman. So her mother is listed on her birth certificate as Caucasian, even though she's dark. But see, she's a Hindu Brahmin Tamil caste. Now, interestingly, do you know what the anthropological name is for what Kamala Harris and her parents are?
No, sir.
Indo hyphen Aryan. See, they are Indo-Aryans from the India, from India. So you get the Aryan Brotherhood, the Aryan Nation. What's going on is the Aryans, they claim to be one with look like Queen Harris. You know, I guess what she did is, you know, LA Times ranks her out. I was out in LA, you know, when she was really
I can see this article.
Before that, see, she got out and they ran a thing that when she went to law school, Willie Brown, that was his mistress. They used to have cards.
I heard about that, though.
Where they had one I loved. It was a scene, Willie Brown sitting behind a desk with his tongue hang out, and Kamala is raising up after doing him, you know. And they ran this thing where he got her a job with a medical supply company that did business with the city of San Francisco. He got her a gig for 15 hours a week for $72,000 a year. And you have to understand that was 35 years ago. And then when they carried a thing where she moved up to 20 hours a week, she getting paid 120 grand for a part-time gig, and he bought her a 750i BMW.
Kamala is a token. Do you know that nobody wanted to endorse her? Not even Obama wanted to endorse her because she's incompetent. Nobody wanted her in the position, but they did it because she was black. That's an insult.
It is.
That means you're not intelligent enough. That means you're not quick enough. That means you're not smart enough. That means you're not even equipped. You're just black. And it works. And I know that I have been laying low politically because, again, I've been indicted. Understand something. I've been indicted by the Biden administration.
Wait, who is this lady? Because I just ran across this video out here on the internet, but I didn't catch her name. And what has she being indicted for?
It all started on Saturday. Bevelin and others spilling black paint, then smearing it all over the Black Lives Matter mural outside of Trump Tower. She was eventually arrested, but hours later, she reemerged in Harlem.
Before anything else can matter. What's wrong with you? Jesus has to matter. What's wrong with you? You're a black woman.
As witnesses yelled at her, Bevelin spilled paint over the mural there while sitting in the trunk of a car.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, we in Brooklyn, and it ain't over. Jesus matters.
Then it was on to Brooklyn. Same plan, different location. According to her bio on social media, Bevelin Beatty is co-founder and evangelist of At the Well Ministries. Instead of Black Lives Matter, she uses the hashtag Jesus Matters.
Black Lives Matter does not speak about the black cop that dies. Black Lives Matter doesn't speak about the black man that dies due to black on black crime. Black Lives Matter does not address the black baby in the womb that's murdered.
And she supports police and the work they do and opposes moves to defund police departments.
We were the voice that they couldn't have. We were the stand that they couldn't take.
While there were people opposing her as she painted over the murals, Bevelin certainly has her supporters, as you can see from the thousands of comments on her videos.
Oh, man.
Black woman for standing against the murder of innocent children, including and especially because they take up the biggest margin, black babies, okay? So now Biden has stepped down, right? And I have been laying low. I've been like, listen, I'm not saying nothing. I'm going to just live my life. I'm in Vegas. I'm about to go to the buffet. I'm just trying to eat. I'm trying to be at Sphere. And I'm trying to be at Flyover Vegas, enjoying my little life with my husband before sentencing. But I have to say something. Let me explain something to you. And I'm speaking to the black community. I have to. I'm speaking to the black community, and I'm going to keep it a buck. If you, in your heart, feel like, oh, they're going to put up Kamala, I'm going to vote for Kamala, you are telling me how ignorant you are when it comes to politics, not as a person, because just because you are ignorant according to politics doesn't mean you're an ignorant person, but you are very ignorant according to politics. And
I would agree with that. Ignorant just means that you don't know. We don't say that to denigrate you guys. It just means that you just don't know.
Tell you why. And a lot of people can get offended, but I don't care. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay? Kamala, number one, has never been for the black community. I want you to understand something. Kamala has played a part, just like Joe Biden, in persecuting and putting African-American people in jail by the droves. Droves.
That's why she's in the position that she's in, because she just keeps on with the status quo. That is who the Democrat Party is and who they've always been. It's just so unfortunate that there are so many people out there that don't know, or they won't believe it, or they believe the lie that the party switched somewhere down the line or a long time ago, which is the furthest thing from the truth as well.
Okay, when it comes to drug crime, she has treated drug crime as if it was murder. Okay, and then on top of that, let me explain something to you. The only reason why Kamala is a vice president in the first place is because she's black. It is not because she is qualified. It is not because she is competent. It is because she's black. Now, why should you be offended? You would think, oh, well, yeah, we black people. We supposed to support our black folk. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, let me explain something to you. You should be offended beyond rapport because of the fact that somebody is willing to put someone in a seat for their color, even when they're not qualified to do a favor for you. Let me explain to you how the last 4 years have went. Up 3, coming into this 4. Let me explain something to you. So for the first three years, Kamala has not cared about the black community. Okay? Kamala and Biden have been doing everything in their power to support illegal immigrants. They have been coming in this country. They getting your benefits. They putting their kids, these illegal immigrants are going into your kids' schools. They in the hood. They're taking over. You're no longer relevant. They're taking over, okay? But then on top of that, okay, they're giving them money. They're giving them credit cards. I mean, they're booking them, taking them. You got immigrants coming straight out of Mexico living better than you did, and your ancestors done built this country up. Boo. Let me explain something to you. That's how valuable you are to the Democrat community, okay? But now, boom, year 4. It's election time. Y'all, we ain't really did nothing for these niggas. I guess we got to do something. Let's call up Kirk Franklin, and he come to the White House. Kirk Franklin went on that stage with them tight shorts or tight suit and that extra low button top that he wears on stage. And he danced and he got a check. And that was for you. They paid him to please you. That's how important you are. When Hillary wants to campaign, she don't actually focus on issues in the black community that are needed. She says, oh, I got hot sauce in my bag, boo. Are you pandering to us? Is it working? Oh, y'all forget. Your memory is terrible. Y'all forget. She said, is it working? That's how valuable you are.
He said, no, she has to go.
What's something that you always carry with you?
Hot sauce. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Are you
getting information right now? Hot sauce. Hot sauce in my bag, Swag?
Hot sauce.
Really?
Yes.
Now listen, I just want you to know, people are going to see this and say, okay, she's pandering to black people.
Okay. Is it working?
Best to get your vote. She don't even have to work and put the agenda in and start to show proof to get your vote, black woman, black man. You so special to be black. You so special to be black that you don't even get no benefits for it. We'll just put Kirk Franklin in and let him dance for the day. That'll do. Oh, the Mexicans, we're going to invest in them. We're going to have them come from the border. We're going to do everything in our power for them. But for you niggas over there, y'all good. Let me explain something to you. Y'all don't understand the amount of racism that you co-sign. You look crazy. These people see you as animals and dogs. They tell you it's raining and are pissing on your head. And you sit there and you let them. And it blows my mind. Okay? Blows my mind. Let me explain something to you. I have never in my life dealt with racism. People are like, oh, technically it's systematic. Systematic racism means it's supposed to be racism there in the system, but you can't see it because it's so intertwined in the system. Let me explain something to you. I did not experience racism until the day Joe Biden used Letitia James, a black attorney general, along with Damian Williams, a black FBI head of FBI agency, and they indicted me for standing against the abortion murder of black kids. Do you know the agent that they used to investigate me was a black man? He has an African name. Do you know that they used their tokens to go after black people that got out of line? They used the guys in the house in line cleaning the bathroom to get the ones out on the field trying to wake people up to know that this is slavery and this is bondage. Do you know that? Do you know that Kamala is a token? Do you know that nobody wanted to endorse her? Not even Obama wanted to endorse her because she's incompetent. Nobody wanted her in the position, but they did it because she was black. That's an insult. That means you're not intelligent enough. That means you're not quick enough. That means you're not smart enough. That means you're not even equipped. You're just black. And it works. And no, it's not benefiting the entire black community. No, let's just put a token in because that's enough of them. They'll struggle to the end as long as they can look up at that token for the rest of their life. How? Listen, I promise you I wasn't going to say nothing. That's DoorDash right there. I wasn't going to say nothing. But you might have to go to the front. I think your food is there. In a second. They dropping it off at the lobby. Let me say something to you. I am so tired of the black community and y'all low standards. The standards are so low. You are so low in your standards, that even in your vote, that we are looked at as a joke. Do you understand other communities are coming in and laughing at us? You have Russians and Ukrainians and people from all these different countries coming in. They're getting trade jobs. They're starting businesses. They're buying houses on the block. They've been here for 10 years and we're scrambling to the top. And yet we don't stand for it when it really matters. We just want to see somebody that look like us in and we good. Oh, she look like us. That works. That's your standard? That works? Oh, she look like me. She's black. First of all, she's not, but I ain't even gonna go there with you. For your sake.
I'm glad she said it because you guys probably don't recall, but when she first got into the Senate, she was calling herself Indian and she was part of the quote unquote first or, that first wave of Indian people to be in Congress or to be in the Senate. That's what she was saying.
Your peace and comfort, yeah, she's black. But guess what? She don't give a damn about you.
Nope.
She don't give a damn about you. She didn't petition for nothing regarding the black community since she's been up there. But you know what, Kirk Franklin? Pull up. Because you know we ain't really been doing that for 3 years. Go ahead, pull up and sing, dance, twirl. That's what they see y'all as. Yep. Dance, twirl, sing, nigga. I'm going to say it straight up because
do that little dance you do.
It's a hard thing to hear, but you need to hear it. You're out of line when you speak the gospel of Jesus, when you speak the truth, when you say that abortion is murder, when you say that these things are wrong, when you say that homosexuality is wrong, you are out of line. Who are you to say what's wrong and what's right and who's a true and living God? Go dance. Go dance. Get your leotard, get on stage, put on your heels and shake your butt. Get your long weave, boo. Y'all bragging about who got the longest weave. They over here crossing $1 million transactions under your nose on your dollar. Go dance. Go shake. Go dribble the ball. Go ball out. Go play that basketball, boo. Go hit a football. Go hit a touchdown and shut up. Hit a touchdown and shut up. That's what you do. What do you mean? You out here standing in front of an abortion clinic like you somebody. You gotten a little too uppity, nigga. You out of line. Let me tell you something. Had I have really been out here committing crime for real, stealing and being a detriment to this nation for real, a danger on the streets, I would have got a pat on my wrist. Are you kidding me? They would have said, all right, girl, go ahead. You out here acting up. Go live your life. They wouldn't have did nothing. Federally indicted, secret grand jury meeting to put out all the videos of me standing in front, preaching the gospel, not with a bat, not with a gun, nothing. Just standing there preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ, declaring the truth and saying that abortion is murder. Now you get a federal indictment. You got the FBI watching you. Do you know the FBI been watching me since 2019? I went to Africa and back. I went to Nigeria. They recorded when my baby was born. They documented when my baby was born. They documented when we went to Nigeria for a missions trip. They documented when me and Ricky got married. They documented everything I did because I was a nigga out of line. That's what y'all want. Y'all vote people in and y'all don't understand. You're voting in your image of being a nigga in line. That's what you do when you vote Democrat. That's what you do when you dare decide, oh, I'm going to support Kamala. That's what you are. You're literally a sheep. You're a sheep, and you're not even a good sheep. At least a sheep follows a good shepherd, a shepherd that feeds them and takes care of them. Y'all don't even care. Y'all shepherd got y'all blind, naked, deaf, and dumb, robbing your country, sending your money to Ukraine. Kamala ain't petitioning for you. You kidding me? People in Ukraine living good right now. I'm seeing a bunch of Ukrainians over here, a bunch of Mexicans all in my neighborhood. It's mad Mexicans in Uruguay. Mad Mexicans. I ain't never seen this many Mexicans in Uruguay. You got Ukrainian people all over the place. They two-stepping, living good. We live in a nice neighborhood. We got them moving up with us. They moving in our neighborhood. chilling. What? Living good, eating good, vegetarian with the brown rice. And now, it's election year, you guys. Mind you, they didn't even want to put Kamala in. They really didn't want her. She was the last result. How does that make you feel, black woman? You're supposed to be so strong. You're supposed to be so intelligent. And I'm not saying that you're not. But doesn't it insult you that somebody is only in a position that they're in because they're black and they're a woman and they need the vote? They could give a dang about anything else? That she's intelligent? That she's smart? That she's a great speaker? She's a joke. She make black women look like a joke. She make us look like we goofy. Yeah, you know, what's the line she say? She repeat the same sentence 10 different times.
Imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know? What can be unburdened by what has been. 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 What we can see, what we believe can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been.
She don't know what she's saying, probably because she's nervous. But guess what? When she was in there putting them niggas in jail, she wasn't nervous being a prosecutor. She knew exactly what to say. She knew exactly what to do. She ain't that innocent. She ain't that innocent. Sorry. Do a little bit more research. Be a little bit more confident in this season. Don't be a dummy. Don't follow the sheep. Do better. Do better. Please, I'm begging you. Do better.
Conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Senator Harris.
And she couldn't refute any of that.
Thank you about some reporting that my colleague here in Poland noticed. He recently spoke with the mayor of the largest border town, who told him that the refugee system is essentially not set up for this, that it will collapse. It's an improvised system that can work for maybe 2 weeks, but not indefinitely. And I'm wondering what the United States is going to do more specifically to set up a permanent infrastructure. And relatedly, is the United States willing to make a specific allocation for Ukrainian refugees? And for President Duda, I wanted to know if you think, and if you asked the United States to specifically accept more refugees.
Okay. A friend in need is a friend indeed.
She's not a serious person.
It's going to be a humbling thing I'm about to share with you. If someone is 18 years old today, they were born in 2005. I love Gen Z. I love Gen Z. It will be a humbling moment for some of us to realize that anyone who is 18 now was born in 2005. I love Gen Z. I love Gen Z. So think about this. Okay, first of all, it's going to be humbling for many of us when you remember or realize that someone who is 18 now was born in 2005. I have to tell you, I love Gen Z. Yes, I know, but I love Gen Z. And it will be a humbling fact to many of us when we realize that anyone who is 18 today, they were born in 2005. Population 18 through 24. They are stupid. We all watched the television coverage of just yesterday. That's on top of everything else that we know and don't know yet, based on what we've just been able to see. And because we've seen it or not doesn't mean it hasn't happened. But just limit it to what we have seen.
Ukraine is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia. Russia is a bigger country. Russia is a powerful country. Russia decided to invade a smaller country called Ukraine. So basically, that's wrong.
That's wrong. Yes, it is. And by the way, she was speaking.
President have a point there?
Some things you can, many things you can't.
Let's let the senator answer.
Well, I mean, I would just say, hey, Joe, instead of saying no, we can't, let's say yes, we can.
Let's be constitutional. We got a
And yes,
constitution.
we can, because he reminds me of that guy in The Wizard of Oz. You know, when you pull back the curtain, it's a really small dude.
Okay.
And who can...
She's proud of her. See the moment in time in which we exist. During Women's History Month, we celebrate and we honor the women who made history, the significance of the passage of time.